The collapsing values in cryptocurrencies and crypto exchanges are reminiscent of the bursting of the so-called dot-com bubble in 2000 and 2001. That high-tech bust obliterated hundreds of companies that went public in the late 1990s and in early 2000. Like any investment frenzy, many of the entities floated in the latter stages of that mania were flimsy, based more on hype than substance. NASDAQ was where most of these securities were listed. The internet boom was a magnet for novice investors. NASDAQ peaked in March 2000 at just over 5,000, and then it crashed hard. It finally bottomed out in October 2002 at around 1,000, a loss of nearly 80%. It took almost a generation for the NASDAQ index to reach and exceed the peak it reached in 2000. The plunge in cryptos is shaping up to be more violent and far faster. For example, the crumbling of the popular stablecoin Terra USD should surprise no one. Stablecoins are different than other cryptos like Bitcoin. They are supposed to avoid wild volatility by being tied to an asset like gold, the dollar, or a basket of commodities. But Terra USD is different in that it relies on financial engineering to maintain its tie to the dollar. The assumptions on which this was based were upended by unanticipated actions in a now convulsive market. Oops! Will the crypto world come back the way NASDAQ ultimately did? It will, but like the dot-com bust, it won't do so before there'll be massive losses and countless coins bite the ethereal dust. The same holds true for non-fungible tokens, NFTs. A lot of novice investors plunged headlong into cryptos and NFTs and will be badly hurt. Scorched institutional investors, most of whom came late to this game, will be hesitant for some time. Nonetheless, blockchain technology will continue to move forward, and despite the horrors of Terra USD and others, stablecoins will eventually emerge as serious threats to government currencies, including the US dollar. Wise creators will make sure stablecoins are fully backed by real assets and will be fully transparent so that investors can trust them. Technology advances will continue to make it easier and easier to use these cryptos for commercial transactions, both for everyday buying and selling transactions and for long-term contracts. Financial markets have always had periods of frenzied fads, followed by stomach-turning falls. But the dot-com bust hardly meant the end of the internet revolution. It just meant that the players who eventually did succeed big time, like Amazon, are relatively few.